What's going on, YouTube? This is Rob A, and this is going to be my first official vlog, I guess. Yesterday, Thursday, October 9th, 2014, I went to New York Comic Con, and it was a great experience. I was a guest. I was graciously invited by Lego to come and sit in on their panel at Comic-Con, and it was a panel dedicated to the re-release of Bionicle. So some of you may already know about that. So it was a really cool day, very long day. Just so I apologize in advance. I am like exhausted right now. So now may not even be the best time to do something like this, but we're gonna give it a shot. So yeah, basically I spent the entire day in New York. I got a train back home around 11:30. I got home, and then drove my brother home. So I got in bed probably around 12:30 last night, and woke up at 4 to go to work for 5 at the day job. So I am tired, I am exhausted, so apologies in advance for that. I do have a recording of the panel itself at Lego, and it's a little bit on the long side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically go over some of the things about the convention now here with you guys, and then I'll kind of stick that at the end. Maybe if I remember, I'll put like a commercial break in between, so those of you that want to watch the panel can, because you know I did it on my camera. I didn't bring any equipment with me or anything, because you know I don't have professional equipment so much. But I just, yeah, so this, you know, it's gonna be shaky cam, things like that, and I didn't even capture the whole entire panel. But I got the good bits, and I got some pictures. I got to handle all the new Bionicle sets, which I'm going to get into right now. But first, I want to show you this really quick. I got one of these, pretty amazing Pro. See that? Pro Thursday. So it was only a Pro for one day, but that's still pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. Also, you know what? Let's flip this over right now. How do I do that? Hold on. So, after the panel, after the convention, actually, Lego invited everyone that went to the panel back to the Flatiron Lego store, where we were allowed special access to all of the new sets for the Bionicle line. And that included, we were able to actually build our own Toa. Let me put that guy right back there. And it was chaos, absolute chaos. There was maybe 40 people, maybe more, just piled into these little bins of parts. So there were a couple of us, myself included, that just weren't vicious enough to actually get in there and build an entire figure. Like, these guys built crazy, gigantic things because they were able to bring them all home with them. I was not able to get an entire figure, unfortunately, but I did grab a bunch of masks, which was cool, and I got some cool weapon accessories. That is one of the swords, and you can see these ridges on the end here, and the way that's used is just like in the first Bionicle, where the fire dude, whose name, of course, is escaping me right now, can combine his little swords to become like a little sled or a little surfboard. We'll just did it, and here, we'll prop it up on my knife, so you can actually take these, and very much like the Pharaoh Rex swords, which I think is kind of awesome. Combine the two together to form a really nice big surfboard. And you can actually, it's meant to have the fire piece inside here. I didn't get any of the red fire pieces, but I got a white, like, ice piece. So you can see a lot of the new elements. So also I did manage to get one of the new heads for the Bionicle characters. So you can take a look at that. Really cool looking, I think. And then these are the this is the eyepiece that actually goes in here. And I don't have a Technic pin to put in there right now, but you get the idea. So it looks like that. And you get your mask of power, and you just clip that right on like so. And you can actually eject the mask by pressing down on this little thing, and the eyes usually stay in, and then the mask comes off. So really, really cool. You get a whole bunch of different masks, and guys, let me tell you, I'm going to put pictures in the video as well, but these are way nicer looking than any other Bionicle that I've seen before. I collected a few of them back in the day. I've got, I think, the entire original line, the 2001 or 2002 line, and a few of the newer ones here or there. But these guys are really, really cool. They really went way out of their way to make all of the Toa look different. Like they're not all the same figure with just a couple of different parts tacked on. They're all different heights, different sizes. Like the they're using the larger chest piece on the rock dude, or no, not the rock dude. Yeah, the like diggy one. I can't remember any of the names. I'm so sorry. But really, really cool stuff. They have, custom printed pieces, as you can see. That's one of the chest pieces right there. And it's very, very nice. And of course, as a bonus for going to the event, I got a Bionicle T-shirt, which is, I'm gonna kind of there it is. I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but and of course one of these limited edition Toa masks. I got 99 of 100, so pretty awesome. So 2014 New York Comic-Con VIP Lego Bionicle event. Very, very nice. Really an absolute honor. It was so cool to go there and meet the design team. We met the guy that designed all of these things. I met the art designer. So it was just a really, really good time. So as for the rest of the convention, also really cool. Way overwhelming. I'm not used to conventions. But I hit up the Mega Bloks booth because, I do a lot of Mega Bloks here on my channel. And they're actually, they're subscribed to me, I believe. So, hi guys, if you see this video. But I spoke with a young man named Maxim. He was the designer, one of the designers for Mega Bloks. And super nice guy. It was great to talk to him. I only got to chat with him for a minute or two because it was just super crowded. But he gave me one of these guys, which is an exclusive Ghosts figure. It looks just like I think it's just a golden astronaut, which is awesome. I'm not going to review it because I will probably never open this, to be perfectly honest with you. But it was super awesome to see all the huge, they had like a giant Assassin's Creed model there. And just a whole lot of cool stuff. And whatever pictures I have, I will put, of course, in the video. I also spoke with these guys. They make Mutant Mania figures. And I only got to see them just a little bit. There were a couple of commercials going on during the convention. But so basically, they're little blind pack like sets. So you get a little like body parts and like this elastic piece that goes through the whole thing. So basically you get like legs and upper torso and a head and a little connector bit, and you can mix and match them however you want. And then they have like little wrestling rings and stuff like that, so you can kind of bend them around and have them actually fight each other, which is pretty neat. So yeah, they're kind of like, probably none of you are young enough to remember Muscles figures, but they're a lot like that, but like way more posable, way more diverse, and really, really cool. Yeah, I like them a lot. So very, very nice. So we learned a couple of new things about the relaunch of Bionicle at the panel. So for starters, it's going to be a complete reboot. They're going to be all the same characters, all the same Toa, but they're going to be completely redesigned, new pieces, new masks, everything. But they're going to still keep kind of the same basic, like the designs, like you can see them, like you can look at the masks here, this guy in particular, and see that he is the same dude, like it's the same essence going on here, but they did a much better job of diversifying the characters and making like a nice cohesive team of different characters rather than like 5 or 6 of the same dude over and over again. They've got like 30 new elements for the series going on. All the guys, like I said, are going to be different sizes, so there may be a couple of Toa that are actually in a different price point. They'll have smaller Guardian figures that are going to be, you know, lower price point guys, but you can kind of take their parts and use them to enhance your Toa and add on, you know, cool weapons and things like that. They are planning on doing a cartoon of sorts. It's going to be flash-based animation, very similar, I think, to the Mixels sort of animation. It's going to be on their YouTube page. And it's gonna be, they're gonna be like 90-second little clips, so that'll be cool. And they are due out January 1st of next year, so definitely stay tuned. Look for those on store shelves, and look for those here on this channel. I'll probably definitely get a few, probably the whole line of the original Toa, and compare them to the old ones that I have. So that'll be kind of cool. But yeah. Very cool stuff, guys. I'm excited about Bionicle. So that's what I've got for New York Comic Con at the moment. If anything else comes to mind, I don't think so. I think I got it all. But if I remember anything else, I'll be sure to like add it in somewhere. But yeah, it was a really cool time. I'm so grateful to LEGO for inviting me out there. It was an absolute pleasure. So thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate it. So that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna just go ahead and add some of the pictures to this video, and then I'll stick the panel video at the end. So that's gonna do it for this this Rob ALog. It sounds kind of weird. I don't know. It's a working title. But in the meantime, thank you guys so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
bring back Bionicle. Because I think you are the true fans and the true believer in this franchise. But anyway, we are doing this, of course, for a new audience group. It's the kids from nowadays. But we want to respect the roots, where Bionicle came from, when it first launched, what made it so big or unique. We think it's the mystic, the world, the mystic island, the cool characters, this sci-fi fantasy feeling, like this biomechanical feeling as well. As I said, the unique characters. We have the Tours here that we brought back. We're gonna bring back Makuta, the main villain. We looked into all the awesome functionality that these guys did when they launched it the first time. But of course, we also want to bring back the ultimate masks of power. But you can ask yourself, what kind of flavor? What kind of flavor did we add to the Bionicle Primal soup? Because when you have a delicious recipe, you actually don't have to change a lot. You know, you have to see how was it done. What can you add? And of course, most likely, what we add was the so-called new system. You know, that you hopefully all are familiar with. And then we looked into different kind of play triggers that I want to show later on, that we kind of refined towards our new building system. But we thought, like, let's respect the roots, let's put all the nice stuff in there, and let's not make it too salty. Now I'm just going to give you a small sneak peek from the concept. Of course, I can't show you everything because we would sit here till 2 days or something like that. But that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let's talk. In the beginning, there was. So, but the sneak peek is going to be from concept to product. And here on this picture, you just see like some concept art on the packaging design that we went through, and on the right side is almost the final product. I want to talk a bit about the overall design style, the character development, and the play functions. So this is design language. I think most of you guys recognize the element on the left. So and what we wanted actually to keep the design language from Bionicle. What made it again unique, and combine that with the building system. So you see, we took the focus on putting pistons and ribs and a lot of details into that one, but also made it compatible with our new building system. So it's not like unique parts all the time, but it's parts that we can cross-use, and we have our base platform that we can use to create these characters. And that is also going to give you more options to make cool mods. So the starting point for the product development is, of course, the character. Who is the character? You see, you're all familiar with Taru, I guess. We really looked in who was he, what did he do, where was he, like, what is his environment, what is his task, what is his mission, what are his cool moves, what is his like base feature design. You see like this rough black and white drawing up there to really identify what makes it, what gives his expression. And we did shitloads of sketches on that. And of course right now you only see the sketches here, and of course we built also a lot, and went through a lot of testing with the kids, with our target group right now, to see, is it still fresh, is it still relevant for the kids nowadays, you know? And that brings me to the next point. Of course we could not just use the old masks and bring that out. It's a bit like if you reboot Batman or Ninja Turtles, you know, if they would just look like Ninja Turtles in the 90s, it might not work, you know. So we put a lot of effort into the overall design strategy. Go to the next one. And what is more important than the masks of power? So here again you can see we took the starting point into the original designs, and we explored it in many different ways. And again, what is the main starting point? Like, for instance, if you see Gali, scuba diver mask. You know, how could we do that differently and give it a bit more of edginess, so it actually fits into our new element design that we have for the system. Same goes with lever. It's a bit more contemporary, I would say. So, and this process we basically made with all of them. Usually we draw them up, we mock them up, we do 3D renderings of it, we do 3D prints, we see how does it look, how does it work, and what's the functionality. And that you're going to see later on. The same, of course, goes with the weapon design. Here you see a familiar piece on the left. It's a Tao's surfboard, you know, water is for wimps. So we wanted to keep that, of course. So it is still that it can be connected and combined as well. As you can very nicely see, a lot of ribs, technical details. That also makes it Bionicle, you know. That really brings out the Bionicle side. On the right side, you see the new head that we did with a trigger function that I'm going to show you later on. And also there we took the starting point from the original, even the eye lines is almost the original one that we took there, and then we looked into the expression. How can we make a different expression towards that, so we can also use that later on for animation content or that kind of stuff. But let's go to the play and function. There's plenty of play in the box. I mean, if you just see this is the packaging, how it will come out. If you just see the left side, you actually see a small story in the box that we already put in there, and also to start the kids in a movie. So what do they see? What can they play without? Like, they just go into the shopping aisle, they see what they get, and you see like he's surfing on lava. So most of you recognize that as well, that we kept the cool move of him surfing on this flame. There's his ultimate mask of power in the box. You get that there's a small conflict in there with the skull spiders that tries to grab the mask and bring it to his master. And that is also converted to the backside where we see all the functions. But I guess to show you the functions, it's better to show you the models as well. So what I will do now is, I try to go back here.
You are some of the first people, you are the first people outside the LEGO group to see these models. Anyone outside the company.
So first I'm going to show you all the functionality on Tahu, and then I'm going to present to you the new characters, and I hope you will recognize their names and just tell it to us. So the first thing is, all the play that we tried to put in there was centered around the mask. So you remember this good old battle function. And that also combines a bit more technical build into the models. And later on you can come closer and see that. Maybe I should just walk around.
Yes.
So, you know, and we made it quite easy and decodable for the kids as well to see, okay, that's the yellow button, this is where I have to play. Then the second thing, you remember the pop-off function that we had introduced for the first launch, and it was actually, some kids thought it's a faulty element because it was not shown at the box or somewhere else. So we thought, can we integrate that more into the play? And we figured that trigger here on the back, and what you have to do, either with the battle function you have to hit it, or in role play you have to hit the back and the mask will pop off. And another cool feature that we also reintroduced is, you see his blades, and these blades can easily turn into the surfboard of our friend here. So let's put it on, and let's make him surf on water.
Oh, yeah.
So, and that's why we also put these blades on the back again to, you know, like a Toa without weapons is not a Toa. So you have, this is what we call the adrenaline mode. So and the other one is what we call the battle mode, where he's like come ready for battle. But Stanko, could you that doesn't really matter. Right, so Right. So again, battle functions, we have the pop-up mask. We put in the, these two are almost like mates, so they share the same piece, but he's using it as his keys to go down.
There we go.
The next one. Come on, a bit louder here. Who's that? Lever. On Lever, we also, they have all the battle function and, the flying mode, adrenaline mode, and then you can easily detach these and put them into the battle X function. And again, the unique mask for Lever. Next one, Stanko?
Yes. Here we go.
Oh, who is that?
Golly!
Yeah, come on, who is that?
Torgali!
Yeah. So, and Gali also gets the function here, and her staff can basically transform into the flippers. Or the swing notes. Another guy here? Go.
Pohatu!
Oh, it works, it works, it works. Pohatu is back.
Woo!
One of our coolest characters here, Pohatu. And he comes with these awesome things. Somebody put a sticker here. So, zack. And he has this. And of course, small teaser. Do you recognize this?
Yep.
So the return. So we also thinking about you guys. We're bringing a couple of pieces back. So he's ready to. Last but not least.
Onua!
And here you also see, we try to split up the models as well, so we have a higher price point, because Onua, he should be a big guy.
Yeah.
He should look tough and cool, and that is also what we kind of improved from the old launch, you could say. And Onua comes with a very nice warhammer, but also with his. We have these two new elements here, and I would say that is Bionicle style. So, yeah. Oh yeah. So, and we have the digging claw. So then I have a small treat for you guys. I'm not allowed to show that, but let's risk it. No, where are they? They're on the floor. They're on the floor. But I think you guys have enough imagination. So these are the protectors. This is the protector of fire that we're bringing out. It's a low price point. They come with their special masks here, and cool co-injected masks. Sadly, we did a test run, and there's this very nice shooter that we're introducing, but there's unfortunately only one brick left. Maybe we can find them here somewhere. I got another one. So if you guys have time for that.
We put extra in the box.
Yeah, extra. So later on we can, so at least So it's a 6-shooter, and you turn it, and he shoots it. And now the cool part is, of course, that is part of the story that you. That's fine. Stand up straight. I think I just put it in wrong. So, let me. Sorry that I have to turn my back to you guys.
Sal would never turn his back.
No. So we have the protector. We can take away his weapons, and he says, "Tahu, you must be ready for battle." So he's going to get the 6-shooter boom up there, and same goes with the flame swords. Easily just connected here. That. That. And this goes on. So it's a very fast upgrade, you can say, a power up that we're putting in. This is so far what I have to say to the models. It is fine.
Maybe, Jerome,
Yes.
maybe we should mention that each of the models, of course, come with a...
Yes. As you saw also on the box, each of the models comes with a golden mask of power for them. So they have their own mask in there. Each of the box comes with what we call the skull spiders, the steelers that can also be attached onto the guys. And that can also grab around the mask, so you can play role play on this. And there is much more to say to the models, and I'm sure that you guys, if you start up your YouTube channels or talks about these models, you will find even more and more details, like the chest pieces, the unique prints on that that we put in there, the masks of power that they have, and also other features and functions. But now let's swift to another topic. Yes. Fine. Let's swift to another topic, which is I want to welcome you to the island of Okoto. Because what is Bionicle without a storyline? But instead of me telling you the storyline, we prepared a small teaser for you guys. So sit back and enjoy.
A long time ago, on the mythical island of Okoto, all lived in harmony. It was a place of wonders and beautiful landscapes. From the island's elemental forces, 2 brothers, known as the Mask Makers, created masks of power. Each brother had a special mask. Makuta owned the mask of control, and Ikimu the mask of creation. The brothers provided the islanders with many masks, but Ikimu's were the most treasured. His brother became envious and forged an evil plan. It was a sacred law that a mask could never contain the power of more than one element. Otherwise it would become too strong and dangerous. But Makuta wanted to create the strongest mask of all time. The mask of ultimate power. When Makuta put it on, it took control over him, and the island began to shake and crumble. Realizing what his brother had done, Ikimu managed to knock the mask from Makuta's face. A shockwave rolled across the land and sent both brothers into an endless sleep. The masks were scattered all over the island, waiting for a time when someone would come looking for them.
For this, when developing a style, an animation style, there's a lot of styles to choose from. We have 3D, we have 2D, we have stop motion, we have cutout, we have flash animation, we have a lot of styles. And in the old Bionicle, there was quite a lot of different styles used. But one of the ones that we used was the online Matanui game. And this was very popular, and we really like the style. There's a lot of reasons for that, but one of the things is that it's a simplified language, as Jerem just told me, as they did when they built the models and designed all the elements. The same as here, we want to make an iconic look for Bionicle that is different. So another reason for choosing this specific style is that most content today is viewed on small screens. So you want to optimize graphics for that specific format. And one of the ways to do that is by working with simple, solid shapes. So take the brick that Jerem talked about earlier in our 2D version of it. We simplify them a lot, and we use a technique where we start off with a thick line, a thick outline, and then we have thin lines for the details. Of course, we try to represent the bricks so they're as clear as possible. You can see the ball joints and the ball cup on all the characters, but still all of the rest of the elements are quite low on detail. Also color-wise, we want to emphasize the 6 different colors. We want to make a rich look for this. So drawing the weapons, of course, these weapons are amazing. I mean, the guys, Jerem and his team did an amazing job. And there's a lot of details. And of course, we want to take it down a bit because it takes forever to draw it 10 million times. Anyhow, then there's the final line on it. When we use our vector style, it makes it crisp. As you can see, even though this one is a simplified version, the one on the right side is even more simplified by just making eyes as 2 shades, just using 4 or 5 colors on each, and just crisping it up. Then talk about the lineup. I mean, in the old Bionicle, most of the characters were equal in size. And what the guys did here, they actually changed the size of them. Onua is wide, Tahu is tall, Paga is wide as well. And when we work with a character like Gali, for instance, then in our 2D version of him, we emphasize that by shaping her curves a bit, gives her a little more feminine touch. And Onua, of course, bring him up and make him so he becomes almost the size of Hulk compared to some of the other characters. And it just creates a very nice dynamic in a hero lineup that we're also going to use when we're working with all the 2D content that we're developing for you guys. So as you can see, it has a very nice look. Then another reason for choosing this is when we work with humor in animation. It's hard if you do a really serious serious 3D style, where in 2D, I mean, we can really mess up these skull spiders in funny ways. Almost Tom and Jerry style, which is fun, and it also fits one of the things we want to add to the relaunch of Bionicle. And then I'm just going to show you some quick slides. I'm not going to go too much into them. It's more to give you a little taste of the look and feel of all the concept that we're developing for you guys. So here's Tahu and the Protector of Fire standing at Okoto's biggest volcano. He's helping him, and Tahu is about to jump off that edge, finding his golden mask. Here, when we work with the setup of these, we take that style that we put into the character. We also try to adapt that to the backgrounds. So we have that iconic sharp edges and simple language. So, for instance, here, this is